Hey guys, what is up? I kind of just wanted to hop on here and do just a little cafecito con chisme. I brought my iced coffee here with me today. And so it's going to be kind of just a sit down and talk a little bit because I feel like I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I wanted to start this series where it's kind of like just stories of my life and things like that, and a little bit of chisme behind it. So I kind of wanted to hop on here because, like I said, I feel like I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I did want to start this series, like I said, and I just haven't done them. Pushing out videos, and I feel like you guys haven't really got to know me. I did do one question and answer video, and if you guys want to go see that one, I will link the video down below. But I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, I was actually a teenage bride, and it's crazy because I feel like I was never, I don't know, it just never really hit me that I was one until like my mom like would mess with me and be like, oh, my teenage bride. And I was like, I was really a teenage bride, wasn't I? Like, me and my husband, we never put age into a factor because we just always felt like, why? And we got a lot of criticism when we were getting married because we were super young. And we got a lot of criticism. People would say, you guys are too young to get married, which, yeah, a lot of people are going to say that because we are young. But, a lot of people would say that. A lot of people would say you're not going to finish college because your husband's going to distract you. You're going to want to start a family too soon. And it's just, college is gonna be your second factor because obviously your family comes first, and I live by that. Yes, I do, but I also want to have an education for my children so they can grow up knowing that their mom did take the time to get an education, and hopefully my children will even get a higher college education than me. Hopefully they go on to get their master's or their PhD, and that would be so awesome. But I mean, all in all, you don't have to have a college degree to be successful, but that's another rant for another day. So let's get into the Cafecito Con Chisme of how I was a teenage bride. So I have gotten a few requests for this video, like to tell my love story and things like that, because I really haven't told my love story on anywhere. So I am gonna tell it. So okay, let's start from when me and my husband first met. So when me and my husband first met, we were actually in high school. We were freshmen. So we had to have been around 13 years old. And we met in our English class. I remember the teacher's name. Her name was Miss Weber from Singer High School. And she sat us in like assigned seating. So I was in front of Danny and Danny was in the back of me. And we would have to do like, work because it's school. And Danny would play like he didn't understand anything that the teacher was saying, and he would ask me out of everybody to teach him the lessons over again. So not only was I doing my work, but I on top of that had to freaking teach this guy in the back of me that I didn't even know random stuff for school. Like I had to reteach him because he would act literally like he didn't know anything. So I would literally have to sit there and talk to him through it, and I didn't say no because I'm not the type of person to be like, no, like learn that on your own, like that's not my problem, like you're not my problem. So I literally sat there and I taught him, and that was his foot in the door, like that was his in, and that's how he kind of like started to talk to me more and more. There was instances where I left my bag, my soccer bag, because I was a soccer player that year, and I left my soccer bag in the class, and he ran after me and was like, Lulu, you left your bag. And that was the day that he really slid in the DMs, because that was when he like used that as an excuse to walk me to the front of the school, because that's where we all had to exit. That's where he used his in to, slide in and kind of talk to me. And that's where it all began, is kind of there. that's when he kind of asked for like my social media. So we were just hanging out more and more after that. We kind of like, it was easier to talk to him after that. I didn't have feelings for him, but he always had feelings for me. It took me a little bit longer than he did. So it took a while for me to come around, but he, you know, he kept talking to me, and after time passed on, it was easier for me to be like, okay, like, you know. But let me spill the tea. This is how it really began. So I'm shady as fuck. I'm gonna admit that, because after I started catching feelings, it was like we took things slow because we were little, and I had to say that this was my first relationship, so it's not like it wasn't my first relationship. Let me back up, because I did have like little kid relationships in like junior high, but I went to a school that was super tiny. Everybody dated everybody, and you can't count those, so don't count those. That's why I'm saying he was my first relationship, because technically he was my like real relationship. Everybody else was irrelevant, because you can't count people like that. You can't count people in junior high, because that's not real. That's unless you're still with them to this day, which is the odd chance, and nobody from that school I don't think is with each other, so no. But anyways, let me say my shady stuff, because I was shady. I started to like him, and he weaseled his way into my life, so I started to like him, and he was a super good guy to me. He was always super nice, and I liked him, so I fell for him. And you guys, okay, so this is the way that I haven't really ever told anybody this, because it's so embarrassing. But anyways, okay, so I was at my friend's house. I'm not gonna mention their name, because should I? Whatever. No. Okay, so I'm not gonna mention their name, but let's just say I was at their house filming something, because we had to do something for a class, so we were together filming that certain project, and I wanted Danny to spark a conversation. So I went. I'm saying I because he always says that he's the one who started it, but I'm really the one who started our relationship. So I was the one who reached out to him. Where am I in this story? I'm just getting so like, ugh. So we were at her house. I really wanted to get his attention, so I went on his Instagram, commented under one of his pictures, me not being shameless, saying, "What is your Snapchat handle?" So he puts his Snapchat, he replies like minutes after with his Snapchat. So then I add him on Snapchat, and I pretend that my friend messages him and says, "Do you like Lulu?" Question mark. I did that myself, not my friend. My friend didn't do that. And I lied to him, finessed him, and he said yes, you guys. He said yes. My broken ass nail. But anyways, he says yes, and I was like, I didn't tell him this. Like, I still finessed him. I lied to him and was this relationship's a lie. Anyways, I lied to him and was like acting like I didn't know that my friend reached out to him and blah blah blah. And I lied and finessed him and let her play along and be like, "Oh, you should ask Lulu out," because I think that my friend was saying this, by the way. I was saying to him, like, "You should ask her out, like, she really likes you," to get my foot in the door, to get this ball rolling. Because let me tell you guys, it was like 2 months after we were already like flirting in class and things like that. And like in high school, you need to get the ball rolling. So I was like trying to get the ball rolling, obviously. And you guys, like, within that day, he was starting to act more like flirty, and he was like acting like yeah. Okay, so fast forward after that day, I never told him any of that, because until like later. I did end up telling him later, because I was like, what do I have to lose? It was like, even before I got married, I was like, I don't care, like what do I have to lose? Like, he already knows I'm crazy. So then we fast forward, like when we went back to school that next week, he asks me out on October 17th, 2013. That the crazy thing is 17 was both our favorite numbers, so he did ask me out on the October 17th. That's why we always celebrate October 17th, and we did want to get married on that day, but it was like a random day out of the week, and we wanted to get married because we're freaking crazy kids, and we wanted to get married super soon. And so yeah, that is the story of how we met, and that's just the gist of it. I didn't want to get like too into it, because I didn't want the story time to be super long. Like, I'm looking at the time right now, and I'm already 13 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, so fast forward a little bit longer. We did take things slower than usual. Like, we wanted to make sure, because when I was dating, I want to say dating because I'm not dating anymore, but when I was dating to get married. Like, that was me. Like, I don't want to waste my time with just random people. Like, I didn't want to experiment. I didn't want to like mess around with other people. Like, I was just like, no, like, I'm ready to get my life. Like, I was just the person, like, I didn't want to be like other people. I didn't want to like just be in different relationships. I just didn't want that for me. And so he on the other hand too, he was the same way. Like, he never wanted to, like, he wanted to date for marriage. So I feel like we were both on the same page on that. And we did talk about that. Like, he legit told me straight up. That's why I knew that he was the one too, because he is the one who brought that up. And he was the one who said that I want to date for marriage. And if that's not what you're looking for, and if you still want to, like, party, because I understand that you are young and we are young still. But if you're on a different page than I am, then this relationship isn't going to work. And for obvious reasons, that is a great point to make out, because I mean, why date if you guys are going to be on different pages, So I feel like that should be like sister to sister. If you're in a relationship, that should be like your priority question. Like, where does this relationship go? Like, where do you want to go with this relationship? Because if you guys are on different pages, if your partner is like not on the same page as you, doesn't want to get married like until like way later, or like, and you want to get married soon, and that's, I don't know, I just don't see that working out. Or like, I don't see that like being like, I don't know, I just feel like it could cause problems later on, because you're always going to be on a different page, and then your partner's going to be like, well, I told you, like, I never wanted to get married. Like, I don't know, that's how I see it. And let me get back to my story, I guess, because I'm just ranting about other people, and I'm hella talking fast probably, but it's because, I don't know, I'm just super excited to talk to you guys instead of just like doing random like stuff. But anyways, so that was how I knew he was the one, because he did tell me like, I want to get married. I'm in this relationship because I want to be married. Like, if that's not what you want, then then that's probably, we're not gonna work out. So he made that like our foundation of our relationship, because like he started with that. That's what that's what we both wanted, and that's what we wanted to carry on with. So that was like our first thing, is we wanted to solidify that. After the years went on, we went through our entire high school together, and I would always tell my parents too, like, hey, like, I'm gonna get married like to this guy, and whether you guys like it or not, like, it's gonna be pretty soon. Like, you guys might think like, oh, we're being childish or whatever, but like, me and Danny, we're gonna get married a bit like young. Like, I told them that, and they were always really supportive, because like both of our parents, they got married young. So like my parents got married at 18 years old. And so my parents, they were like, we understand, because we can't really talk, because like they did want me to finish college first, but they were like, all in all, like, I really can't say anything because we also got married super young, and you know, it's your life. You gotta do what makes you happy. So me and Danny, we really just like, that was, you know, like, we didn't really care about other people's opinion, because our parents, our creators, are the only opinions that should matter to you. Like, if your parents approve, and not even your parents, like, because like this may seem rude, and like, I don't mean to disrespect our parents or anything, but like, whatever makes you happy and whatever your gut intuition tells you that's what you should do. Because if something makes you happy, if someone makes you happy, and you know in your gut that this is the right thing to do, then you should do it. Like, that's how I stand by. Because like, yes, I do love my parents and I will listen to them, whatever they say, whatever my in-laws say, but you do have to realize you are your own person. And if you are like serious about somebody and you want to do something, like if you want to get married, then yeah, do it. But anyways, I keep saying well anyways because I keep getting in tangents and I can't control myself because I want to talk about like 20 different things with you guys. But yeah, you guys, so our parents both were super supportive of us getting married. And so we did get engaged at 18 years old, like right after my first year of university. So we did get engaged. We ended up getting engaged, and you know, like, we wanted to give ourselves a year. And if you guys are getting married, please consider waiting a year until you guys do get married, because it allows you guys enough time for you to really just like take everything in, spend time with your fiance, and just like enjoy wedding planning. Like, I loved my wedding planning. I had like the best time because I wasn't at all stressed. I had so much time to really just, you know, evaluate what I wanted. And you guys will never imagine how much you change within a year, you guys. Like, I literally wanted something totally different from my wedding, like that I had at my actual wedding. Like, and you guys just get like the most, like, just like the best wedding planning experience when you just had time to really like sit there and be with your fiance and get a wedding plan together. And it's just a great experience. On my behalf, it was a great experience because me and my husband really just sat there, wedding planned, and we really got what we both wanted. So I believe that is the best thing. But anyways, but yeah, you guys, we got the ball rolling. We decided to, you know, get married within a year of being engaged. So by the time that I did get married, I was 19 years old. So I ended up getting engaged my freshman year, the end of my freshman year in February. And then I got engaged, right? Then I planned my entire wedding throughout my entire sophomore year of college. And then at the end of my sophomore year of college, I got married. So I waited until my summer vacation because I was like, I do not want to be stressing about, you know, getting married on top of like my finals and stuff. So I was like, I wanted to wait for that. At the very least, I wanted to wait until the end of my sophomore year. And we got married in the little summer vacation that I had. And then right after that, we just went back to school and carried on with my day. And I was just, you know, going to school like a regular student. And people were so shocked when I went back to school because, you guys, my college is tiny. Everybody knows everybody. We all, like, I go to the Jordan College, and that's like one of the smallest colleges within Fresno State. And so like we all go with each other to like every year because it's just so small that everybody just has the same classes every semester. And so we all know each other, and people were just so surprised when I came back to school and I was engaged. They're like, what the heck? Like, you were just like engaged and now you're married. Yeah, but it was super funny, and everybody was like, what the heck? And yeah, you guys, it was just super crazy. And I'm thinking about making like a video about like wedding tips and tricks, because I feel like a lot of the times, like, I wish somebody would have told me stuff about, you know, wedding planning that I didn't know or I didn't think about, and like budget saving. And I did everything on a budget. I like, there's a lot of things that I just want to recommend to people, and like I hope that they would take my word for it, because it would just relieve so much stress with wedding planning. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video like that. So if you guys do want a video like that, let me know. But yeah, you guys, so me and my husband did get married at a super young age. And like I mentioned briefly before, we did get a lot of people like within our own family like tell us like, don't get married, like that's like one of like your big, that could be like one of your biggest mistakes, like you guys won't know what you guys are doing, you're just kids yourselves, how can you be making a family when you're just kids yourself, like you don't know life. But I just want to tell you guys that who are other people to tell you like how to live your life? This is kind of like rough for me to say, but honestly, like who are other people to tell you how to live your life? Who are other people to tell you how to be happy, you know? So like, and let me tell you guys, like, yes, we didn't know what we were doing, we never knew what we were doing, but what we did know is we were financially stable, we got our first apartment, and we were perfectly fine. Like, you know, were those individuals who told us that we weren't ready to be married paying our bills and doing all of that for us? No, they weren't. Like, you know, so like I would say, you know, just make sure that you guys are financially stable for one, and you're able to, you know, take care of your guys' self. And that's really it. And make sure you guys are happy. Make sure you guys are freaking happy, because other people's opinions don't freaking matter. And I'm sorry, I keep showing my nails and they're all messed up, but make sure you guys are happy. Like, make sure that this is the person that you are wanting to spend your forever with, because you know, when you get into marriage, that is it. Like it like, well, unless you do get a divorce. But for me, for my personal self, like I didn't want to go into marriage knowing that I was ever going to get a divorce. Like I knew that Danny was the person that I wanted to marry and stay with, and I never think about divorce. Like I never want to think of divorce. I never want like that. Like no, like me and Danny, I made sure that he was the person for me, and that is it. That's just it. Like like there's nothing else to say. And people ask me too, like, how did you know that Danny was the one? And I think you just, and it's corny as freaking hell, but you just know, you just know. And if you don't know, I like, personally, I feel like if you don't know if the person you're with is the one, then maybe they're not the one. And it's gonna be hard for you to swallow, but like, it's the harsh reality. And you know, people have to go through thunders to get their beautiful rainbow, right? Thunderstorms to get their beautiful rainbow, let me say that right. But anyways, yeah, you guys, like, just be happy. Make sure the person that you are marrying is the one. Don't just get married because you see everybody else getting married. That's a big thing too. Like I feel like that's hard. Like people, like I never want to think about somebody doing that, but I feel like there's people who could do that, and like just don't, because marriage is such a big thing. Marriage is huge, and you don't want to marry because everybody else is doing it, because you won't be happy. In the end, you won't be happy, and it's just not going to be good for you. It's not. So don't go at your own pace is what I'm trying to say too. If you're not ready to get married, don't do it, because you have to think about it. You're literally somebody's other half. Like you literally, like, that's the person that you are going to literally fuck with like your entire life. Like, I'm using a little vulgarness, but yeah, this person you're gonna fuck with your entire life. And is this person gonna be the one that you want to fuck with your entire life? Like, that's a question for you. Like, is that the person that you want to be taking, like, for sickness and for health? Are you going to want to take care of this person if something happens to them? Are you going to be there mentally and stably? Are you going to be there for them if something happens to them? Like, you have to take all this into consideration when you get married. So yeah, you guys, before I continue to rant, because this is already 26 minutes according to my camera, but But yeah, you guys, that was literally how me and my husband got married at a super young age. But yeah, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed. This was just a brief of our story because I didn't want to bore you guys. I'm not sure if this video is going to be super boring, but I did get requests for it. So I didn't want this story time to be like super boring and people be like, oh, this is boring. Let me shut this off. So I'm trying to cut to the chase and, you know, like just not be super annoying about my love story and like lecturing you guys, because I do feel like I was lecturing you guys, but I'm just trying to have like a conversation and, you know, open a conversation, because if somebody is in the same position as I was, and I just wish I would have had somebody to talk to about this types of stuff. So if you find yourself in the same situation, like just know that, you know, I'm here for you and that I will always be somebody that you can reach out to if you do need something. And yes, you guys, let me know how this video was. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that I didn't bore you guys on this little Cafecito Con Chisme and little rant, kind of. Not rant, but like just lecture. I don't know. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that subscribe and notification button so you guys are notified every single time that I upload. And have a great day, guys. Bye!